Hello everybody, Brandee Sweesy here with BrandeeSweesy.com, and I am super excited for my two special guests today because I can honestly say I've been avoiding YouTube live events. And if you know me, I'm the Hangout Queen, so I love to talk about Hangouts. But YouTube live events seem for like the ultimate professional person, with big, huge, expensive cameras, and I thought you had to buy really expensive software. Well, after I have a conversation with Bill Walsh and Lem Moore, they have convinced me that they're not as difficult as they appear to be, and they have some great knowledge to share with you today. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll let you introduce each other, the business owner's best friend and the YouTube expert. Whoever wants to go first, jump in there and start talking about yourselves. We all love to talk about ourselves, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, guys, my name is Bill Walsh, and as you can see, I'm the YouTube Live guy. As she was kidding, she's the Hangout Queen, and I'm the YouTube Live guy. So, but we like to have fun. That's what we do, don't we, Lem?
Yes, we do. And hello, guys. I'd like to thank Brandee, for having us on. And she is a true queen. I don't know about YouTube, whatever. She's a queen in my eyes. So you can add whatever you want to in front of that. But yes, I am the business owner's best friend.
This is already going to be so funny, right? We already got the giggles. What the hell? Okay, go.
Yeah, we like to have fun, you know? That's what we do. If it's not fun, then let's leave, so.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, so our conversation, what inspired this call today to do this on a Hangout and Talk is Bill and I had a conversation a couple weeks ago. He's like, it's not that difficult. I'm like, oh yeah, you have to buy like $500 software, and then the learning curve's really steep. So Bill, give me a little bit of an overview of how you have simplified this and how people can start using this and what are the benefits of using this.
So the biggest thing is this. As you guys know, Hangouts are extremely powerful. Extremely. I mean, otherwise, that's what Brandee's business is all Hangouts. That's why we know how powerful it is, But what's happened is, over this last, let's see, when did that actually start? About 2 years ago, I think it was, YouTube Live actually came around. Most people didn't even know it was out there. It was just there. You guys probably saw it during the presidential election, football games, everything else, but you don't realize what it actually is. And what it is YouTube created a fully live platform to be able to show just like TV, except online. But nobody was really using it, and like she said, you had to have encoders, and you had to have all this fancy equipment that was, $40,000, $50,000 needed even just to start this process. Right. Over these since actually September was when we started to figure this out. In a year ago, in August last year, when the Hangouts and the Hangout Queen was really starting to blow this whole thing wide open, people were asking, they're like, this is awesome. Like, is there any way we can improve the quality just a little bit, and just make it a little bit better? And I was like, I don't know. Let's look. And that's actually when I started to find out about YouTube Live and how you can literally get this completely really cool live feed, fully HD, and you guys can get exactly what the media uses on your laptop. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. This is sweet. So I started using it last September, but the problem was at that point, you still had to have a pretty heavy-duty encoder and everything else. So we started to look for some options and software, and I played with every piece of software on the market. And most of them were buggy, they crashed, and just not fun. It wasn't user-friendly, because our whole thing is user-friendliness, right? I mean, Hangouts is super easy to use, so why not have something that's super easy as well? Well, then we discovered this piece of software. So we played with it and everything else, but in order just to give you guys a brief understanding, we were originally going to sell this course last year. The problem with it was like Brandee has an amazing course she's put together and everything, but in order for us to even do anything remotely with YouTube Live, with the encoder and everything else, it would have been $1,500 to start. And it's because of how expensive the encoder is and everything else. So that's kind of where everything came from, and then we've tested everything, and literally in May, I think it was May this year, we decided that, hey, you know what, we can't really wait any longer. We need to just do this, because everybody kept asking. They're like, hey, when are you going to come out with it? When are you going to come out with this? We want this to work. And the biggest benefit, though, that we saw was, you guys know, like Hangouts, they rank super, super fast. Well, it's the same thing with YouTube Live. Anything that's a truly live feed is going to give you amazing power. And the second thing that we're seeing, not only with Hangouts, but with YouTube Live too, is when you guys actually fill out the description in a YouTube Live video, it will actually pull the website up as well in rankings, which is pretty fantastic.
Is that different? So is that different from Hangouts, Bill? So because I was wondering if it was different, because like I start all of my Hangouts from YouTube Live events, and then I do the G Plus Hangout on Air Easy links. So I keyword tag and I put in descriptions. Does that pull the website also, or only YouTube Live events does that?
It's both Hangouts and that. What happens, we're seeing, is anything that you put in the description of the YouTube video, after it's been indexed and everything, it's taking that description, and whatever the URL that's in there, it's sending a link to it, saying that it's a live feed, here's something that's really good authority, and you should check it out.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing, okay? For anybody that does SEO or anything else that's watching this video right now, is Google will tell you that it's a no-follow link. I honestly don't really think that's totally true, but... Right. You know, we've been kidding. We've even called it, it's just a Google follow link. Right. You know, whatever Google decides that day, then it's going to work, you know. But that's what we're seeing. And I have a client, I'm going to show you guys a couple examples here eventually, but it literally, I have a client that we've done no SEO work to. None. And the only thing that we've done is the YouTube Live event, and that's it. And his website went from nowhere to page 1 to page 2. Nowhere.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the biggest advantages of Hangouts, and that's when I was, you know, you and I were both on the bleeding edge back in the day with all of this stuff. You know, we're like, hey, hello, we can be on the first page with like zero effort. I mean, like, you don't need to do any kind of keyword research. You don't need to, you know, get all bogged down in that. It's just like, you know, just have some common sense when you put your keywords in, do some long tail and do that kind of stuff, and you're ranking on page 1. I mean, I've ranked Hangouts #1 before I even went on air, like zero comment. You know, which is crazy. So let's talk a little bit about the difference between Hangouts and YouTube Live events. So like in Hangouts, we know that, you know, so we're doing this on a Hangout. We're not doing this on a YouTube Live event, which I thought was pretty funny that we're talking live events and didn't do it on live events. And Bill is actually responsible for the decision that we did it on a Hangout. So I'm curious as to know why you chose to do it on a Hangout as opposed to live events. Like, you know, can you give me kind of a side-by-side comparison? Because of course, you know, being the Hangout girl, I'm going to stick to the Hangouts, but I'm obviously going to go into YouTube Live events as well. So I was wondering what are the, you know, limitations and also, you know, the pros and cons to both for most people.
So there's a couple different things. I mean, as you guys know, like we said, Hangouts are really simple and easy to use. It's very quick, it's efficient, and it gets it done. You know, it may not be the best quality all the time. I mean, you guys can see right now, our quality is really, really good. But when you move to the live events, it just takes it up that much different. That's really what it is. It's like Hangouts on steroids. More than anything else, that's what it is. It's a little simpler to use in the software that we've kind of put together in the pack and everything else. But that's really the main difference, is the quality level more than anything else. And also because it's truly live, it's you guys got to try it. I mean, it's just, I don't even have words for it, you know. But what was the other question you asked me?
Well, I was talking about a little bit more like the side-by-side comparisons, right? So here you text messaged me the other day, and I still haven't looked at the video, and we haven't talked about it, but you were super excited because one of the things that I wasn't really a big, lot more interview style shows usually have guests on, that it seemed like live events you couldn't have like the little thumbnails and you couldn't have split screens and stuff, but you cracked the code because you texted me really excited. I think during my migraine stage. That's what I was saying. Like, oh, congratulations. So you ended up figuring that out, right?
Yeah, so that was the biggest thing that we've been able, the challenge with this is up to this point, and that's why we did the Hangout, because it's much easier right now to do it this way. You can do the expert interview like we're doing right now in YouTube Live. It's a little more complicated currently. Within the next couple months, we're still working on another solution to make it easier, but this is a much easier platform to do expert interviews. If you want something that's super high quality, it takes a little bit more work and stuff, you can do it on the YouTube Live platform, it's a big advantage of it. But that's basically why why we did it on the Hangout today, is because it's very easy to set up and go through on here. But once you get used to the YouTube Live side of it, it's really cool. I'm a huge HD fan, so anything that can be in super high quality and not look like a Chinese bad movie or something every once in a while, that's really what I like. Is I'm being serious. You know what I mean?
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. Lem keeps on laughing in the background, so he's distracting Bill. Okay, so here's so let's talk about how people could use YouTube Live events like in their business. We talked a little bit about rankings, but who would this be like ideal for business-wise? Obviously, like my business is Hangouts for Business, right? Yes. So I'm teaching people that are in business for Hangouts to build authority, get traffic, do that kind of stuff. Who is the ideal person that should be looking at YouTube Live events as well?
So there's a couple different things. Pretty much anybody in the industry. So if you're everything from a marketer to a business owner to a blogger, a podcaster, I mean, you can literally do everything, because you can actually record in HD the video and audio and then separate the audio track and use it as a podcast. And then you can put both of them on your site. What I really like, and one of the biggest advantages of it is that, we have the one person right now interview, okay? So you can literally have that one person. So like, let's say you're a window repair guy in San Diego, just as a random example, and you start talking in front of a camera to start building authority. You're the expert, and you literally just start talking about why you're better at Windows and everything else, and you can show examples. And one of the best things about it too is you can do the screen share. I love the screen share in the Hangouts and on YouTube Live, because you can literally do a voiceover and talk about and show your product and show them why and how, show them before and after shots. But here's the best part. It's in HD. Once again, same thing. But on top of the HD, like I said, guys, the biggest thing with Hangouts and with YouTube Live is that ability that when you plug it into a website, it's going to give that website so much more authority than if it didn't have the YouTube Live or the Hangout in it. More than anything.
Okay, so I thought that you couldn't screen share in YouTube Live events, so that's incorrect, right? You can screen share in YouTube Live events, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and it looks, it's like I said, it's super nice, and the demo that we worked on, where you have the two-person actually side by side, the new model that we did right now, you can actually have up to 25 people in your live event.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, because that's what I thought some of the limitations were for live events. Because initially what I thought, and this is why, and I told everybody at the beginning of the conversation, and in my, to all my email subscribers, we're going to have a really candid conversation. I wanted it to be like the one on the phone, and then now I can't remember because it's been a couple of weeks what we talked about. So I thought that was some of the limitations of YouTube Live. I thought, initially what I thought was YouTube Live was like if you were in a seminar room and you had all these, this really expensive, mixing soundboard, and you wanted to do something like that. YouTube Live events was ideal for that, and then Hangouts were more for this. Both, being equal, like, nailing it on rankings and stuff. So it sounds like they're running pretty much parallel. I mean, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but not that much, right?
And my favorite thing, though, this is like the top thing out of everything, is if you have a bunch of videos already, because you're the expert in your industry. So let's go back to the chiropractor for example. So let's say you're a chiropractor, you live in San Diego by Brandee, and she's taking care of you, helping her do all of the marketing and everything for you. And let's say you got 25 videos, and they're 25 super good quality videos, okay? Well, you got a couple options. Number one, you can just upload them to YouTube, and they can sit there and start their process and try to get ranked, you know what I mean? Option number two, you can put them through Hangouts. Most people don't know that. And you can try to do it like that, but sometimes because it's not the correct system for it, it sometimes doesn't look 100%, okay? So sometimes that's not the best option. Well, the third option, and this is what everybody's been asking me for the last year, is, hey, I want to take my full HD video and make it rank like a Hangout. How can I do that? And I was like, all right, let's figure it out. And so that's what YouTube Live really does, is you have the expert style, you have the expert style where you can be interviewed, you can show all your stuff off, and then you got the third part of it, which is you can take your videos, put it through the YouTube Live system, and boom, get a brand new video, ranks like a Hangout, and it's in full HD.
Sorry, I have myself muted. Bad Hangout Queen, bad Hangout Queen. So that's always been one of the big barriers is that, people wanted to do intros and outros on their Hangouts, and they wanted to really up their game, but it was like, well, it seems like YouTube, I think it's coming, is they're going to start cracking down on running videos because they say that they're harder on copyright infringement on Hangouts than they are on actual YouTube videos. So a lot of people were trying to run a lot of videos through Hangouts. So what you're saying is that through YouTube Live events, they could take those old videos and they would come through at a good quality, and you're not going to get the Google slap for doing something like that, right?
Exactly, because that's the thing. I mean, everybody wants the best quality videos possible that we can show our audience and show that we're the expert in the industry, but the problem is some of them aren't the best quality.
Right. Yeah, because I mean that's the big thing. Like everybody says, "Oh, the quality." I'm like, "Be hardwired." It's like Jack Daniels and my Greek wedding. You know what I mean? Like the answer to everything is be hardwired. But sometimes it just works out that way. So that's good to know. All right. So what are some other ways? So we're talking about. So we talked a little bit about local. We talked a little bit about expert. We talked about taking some older videos and doing that. What are some other things that people could be doing with YouTube Live events and Hangouts for that matter? I mean, we're talking about both.
Yeah.
But isn't YouTube Live events just upping your game just a little bit more, right?
It is. I mean, and like you said, I mean, you're the Hangout queen. I mean, there's only like two other people, one other person really that I know that has done as many Hangouts as you, and it's Zane Miller and me. I mean, I've probably done over 300 Hangouts plus. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because when you guys first started doing this a year ago, I mean, we were just slamming Hangouts because, like you said, I mean, you could rank some instantly before you even did the event. Sorry, I got off topic. What was the question again?
That's so funny because I was thinking, we should say hi to Zane. So yeah. Shane.
Hi Zane.
Hi Zane. We're all saying hi to you. Yeah. Remember again, we said this was going to be a very candid and real conversation about YouTube Live events. So Lem, you're on here and we've been ignoring you. You just are giggling in the background and muted.
No. It's okay. I mean, he's doing good. And I was thinking right now, he looks like one of those old kung fu movies where he's talking and
That's so funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, that's the reason why my lower third is like this, because I'm all over the place on camera, so my face would be cut off all the time. So yeah, same thing. That's why we have my lower third like this, so I have room in the center to work with it. Okay, so one person did ask, I'm not getting a ton of questions yet, even though we have viewers. We probably should get a little bit more question-based. Let's see. Can you do more than one camera with a YouTube Live event? What gear is needed for this, Bill? That was from Henry Greiner.
Yes. Well, okay, so there's a couple different things with that one. It's called an X connector. I don't remember what the actual real name is. I can post it afterwards in the comment section below. But what it does is it'll actually and when you're talking multiple cameras, you're talking multiple cameras in the same room or in different locations, because that's two different answers.
Well, let's go with both, because by the time Henry hears this, then by the time he responds, it'll be another minute. So do both if you can.
So there's what they call the X connector, okay? And I don't remember what the actual technical term is. I'll post it below. But basically, what it does is it will split the feed coming into Hangouts, or it actually works on Hangouts too. To work on Hangouts or YouTube Live, and then you can connect as many cameras into it as you want, and then it'll feed it back to your computer. It's like a little box that plugs in via USB. And then it connects right to the software, and then you can have multiple cameras on it.
Gotcha. So that was one of my other things that I wanted to ask. We do have a few more questions. I just haven't been staying on top of them. I was slacker again. I like trying to multitask here. This is why you need a Hangout producer, for the record, everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me see. Roger DeVoe asked, hi Roger, does Bill use Wirecast to broadcast? If no, what software is needed, if any?
Yeah, so that is that's our main one that we've done now, is using the Wirecast, and that's what we really go through now, because like I said, I've tested every piece of software out. We're actually in the process of remaking Wirecast to how we wanted to do it, and then be able to syndicate from it. So, but like, it's a huge piece of software. So that's going to be a couple months, okay? But the main thing is out of all the softwares I've tested, that is the best one. The best one. It doesn't crash hardly ever. I mean, I've used, like I said, every single one. The only other one that was semi-good was Adobe's product. The problem with it was it would crash all the time. All the time. Never. And it's not user-friendly at all. I'm looking at it going, I got to be a computer programmer to do this. Yeah. I know some stuff. I don't know everything, but no, the Wirecast is one of our main topics we really talk about in the background, and it's my favorite one out of all of them, and they've gone through so many different changes now that it's basically a good piece of software, and they're about to actually do another upgrade here very shortly. So.
That's good to know, because that was my other barrier of entry, at least for me, is I thought that you had to buy, what was the first one that they offered, like a year ago, was the ScreenFlow product. It might be Wirecast for all I know, but it was like $4.95 or something like that, and I was like, okay, so, yep, sticking with Hangouts, and and then I thought you had to learn all these, like, board things. I was like, no. I remember I'm the girl that made it simple, and now I'm not getting into the steep learning curve of live events. So that's good to know. So, like, how much money should people expect to have to invest to do YouTube live events, if any?
So there's a couple different levels. Okay, so the basic entry into it, there's the free version. And you can upgrade at any time. We don't get compensated for it. We didn't make the software. We just provide the course, show you how to actually use everything. And that's it, because that's the most important element if you don't know how to use it. And the entry-level one is $0. The high-end one is $545, I think, right now for the pro version. But it depends on what you're doing. That's the big thing. If you're going to do expert interviews and you're going to max out everything and do everything, I'd get the big one. But you don't have to start out there. I would start out on the free one, learn the basic system, make some money from it first, sell some customers, do that process, and then let your customers pay for your upgrades for everything else that you need.
Agreed. Thank you for saying that. I always tell people, like, everybody wants to come into the gate buying everything expensive. I'm like, how about you start off and do a Hangout? All right, and then if you're consistently doing a Hangout and you're making a little bit of money, then buy a better camera, then buy a better microphone, then buy all of this. Like, don't come out of the gate thinking you have to buy the top of the line everything when you're first starting out. Just get comfortable in front of the camera for a little bit and see how that works out for you. Before you start like investing in all this other stuff.
That's the biggest thing. I mean, like, when we have a big community and we do personal coaching and group coaching, and one of the biggest questions that we get asked all the time is, should I just go buy everything? And I'm like, no! Stop spending all your money. Go make some money and let the money buy your stuff. I mean, when I got started, I don't know why I'm on a rant, but if any of you guys know what a WSO is, I bought like 290 of them when I first got started, okay? I've probably spent almost double what most people make in a year on products.
Yeah.
And I've learned not to buy all the shiny stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it really, like you said, you got to take your time, go through the process, and really just only buy stuff that's really going to help your business. And that's it. And you can always upgrade later. You can always buy stuff later. Buy a newer camera. Even if you have to start with a basic, your laptop camera, and then you move up to a C920 for the $100. You know what I mean? It's just a progression. It doesn't have to be everything in one beat.
Yeah. That's you're preaching the choir on that one, because I always say that. I'm like, use what you have. Like, when I started, and still to this day, Hangouts for Business is on OP1, not even 2, OP1, because that was the one I happened to own and knew how to work. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, exactly. I know how to work it. Why do I, let's just stick it over there for now. And the camera-wise. Now, okay, so that's a question that I did want to talk about. Like, camera-wise, do you need different cameras, or you just use the same, like the webcam for live events? You need fancy cameras, because I thought you needed fancy cameras too.
Nope, you can connect any camera you want to it. If it's USB, Firewire, any of them like that. It accepts all the different camera formats. For most of them that we use, we just use a webcam. More than anything else, it's just a webcam. Or if you have a C920, you can plug a GoPro into it. You can plug, pretty much anything you can think of, you can plug into live events, and it'll stream right through the process. So it's pretty cool.
Muted myself again. Such a dork. Yeah, the hangout queen is more like the hangout failure. Okay, so Henry came back and said, had a browser crash. I did need more than one camera at the same location, Bill.
Yes.
Either USB or BNC or other connection on cameras. I'll look for your post later here. Thanks.
Yeah, it's called the X connector, I think it is. I'll post it because I found it because I had another guy that was doing church setups where they would set up like 4 or 5 cameras, and they were trying to find a solution for that. So that's where I found that at. So.
Okay. So another question, and I get this all the time too with Hangouts, so maybe with YouTube live events. Everybody, for whatever reason, we get so attached to how things used to be, like, with GoToWebinar or with Skype calls. People want the side-by-side interview. Do you have any solution for the side-by-side interview that everyone so desperately craves?
Yeah, that's actually what we figured out.
Okay.
It's so funny that you asked that question because we've been getting the opposite question. How do we have it do like Hangouts, where you have one big person and
we always want what we can't have, right?
And this one will do the side-by-side. And we actually, Lem and I did one the other day. It's 3 people. So you have, like that. And you can have up to 25 people in the one window.
Oh, my God. What is that like to watch, though?
Yeah, I don't know. We've never tried 25. The most we had in it was 6, right, Lem, that one night? I think it was 6 people. And,
yeah, it was 6, yes.
But you could make it. I mean, if you want the big one person to be really big, they could be really big, and the other people could be a little small. And I mean, there's so much flexibility with it. And that's in the free version. If you move to the pro version of the software, you can do actually the live side by side next to each other as well.
Interesting. So yeah, because that's been the barrier. Like a lot of people want that in Hangouts. Yep. So that's been the big deal. But it's so funny because we always want what we can't have, right? So I was like, well, how can we make this more like Hangouts? So, it's like, how can we make it more like Skype? How can we make it more like GoToWebinar? Like, yeah, no, that's not how we do it.
But yeah, you can. You could do side by side in the free one, or you could do it in the pro version. So.
Okay, cool. All right, let me go back and see if there's any other questions, and if you want to start talking. So do start telling me, because I haven't even looked at what you're offering. I know you have something out there that you're talking about. That you've simplified, just like I simplified Hangouts. You started to simplify the YouTube Live event process. Here's a question I do have for you, because I'm the queen of let's not even get on G+. So are you trying to feel like I'm the one person, like Hangout marketing expert, not expert? So do you is a part of your process? Do you get into the whole G+ thing, or are you like me, where you're just like, let's grip it and rip it and rank? What are you doing with that?
I mean, you could share it. I mean, we usually share it on G+. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a G+ group on G+. That's part of our product, but that's it. I mean, we just use it for video shares, because the biggest thing, as you guys know, I mean, any Google property is going to have the most amount of authority over everything else. So we share all the videos in there, get as many +1s as possible, because that's going to make the direct impact on your video. So that's really what we use it for. We don't necessarily use it for anything else right now.
I know, neither do I. I don't remember the last time I posted on G+. Well, today, with this video. I was like, you know what I mean? The time before that was probably 6 or 7 months ago, if that. Yeah. I don't know. I promised after talking to Zane that I'd start posting more often, and it never happens. It's just another platform.
He uses it all the time. I'm still getting to that point. I don't use it all the time still.
Yeah, nor do I. All right, so let's start talking while I'm waiting for more questions. As we all know, there's a 45-second to 1-minute delay between what we're saying and what you're hearing, which could lead to another question. It's my understanding that with live events, instantaneous. Is that correct?
Say that one more time.
With YouTube live events, it is instantaneous.
Yes.
It's like right then. Yeah. So that's happening.
Live. Now, you can do a 30-second, we actually found this out today, this is actually really interesting. You can actually do a 30-second and 60-second delay if you want to.
Why would anybody want to do that? That's what everybody complains about.
You can. And what it is sometimes if your computer isn't able to handle the broadcast, you can do a 30-second. There's a lot of people that do a 30-second and 60-second, because depending on, because you have to remember, your computer is processing all this information. It's basically, instead of going and buying an encoder, your computer becomes the encoder.
Right.
That's how it works. And what happens is if it overwhelms your computer, you can actually do the delay, and then it'll help your everything. So.
Well, that's good. That's going to be my pitch from now on when people complain about the 45-second woman delay. I'm like, hey, there's a selection that you can do that because it helps your computer out. See? Like, yeah, that's how I'm going to start framing that from here on out. I think that's the way it's going to go down. Yeah, thanks for that. Now I have something to put in with my stuff too.
Yeah.
Okay, God, I forgot. I had another question, but that's all right. All right, so start telling me about what you guys got going on. You or Lem. Tell me what you guys got going on, because I haven't yet to see it, so I want to hear about it.
Well, I've been talking the whole time. Len, why don't you talk for a little bit?
Well, hey, you're doing good, and I'm going, wow, Bill is on fire today. He's just going. I'm thinking to myself, I haven't talked to him. Is he at home, or is he like on a vacation right now? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, I'm at home. Actually,
okay.
I'm at my girlfriend's house, so
okay, awesome.
Kind of home, I guess.
Okay, guys, what we have here is a product that's called Video Alpha, and we've talked about the live part of this. Well, what I want to explain to you also is we have built a huge community over this product, and when I say that is when people come in our group, they're not expecting the information that we're giving them as far as part of being in the group. Like, for example, I normally do a lot of training and hangouts. If there's like a problem or a question about getting clients, I will say, hey, let's discuss that. Let's jump on a hangout right now. And then I have 5 or 6 or 7 people on who's talking about this, and they're like pumped up. And they're like, I can't believe you just shared that with me, Lim. And I'm like, yeah, this is what we do. You know, it's a great thing because, yes, it's great to be, you know, the hangout queen, and it's great to be the YouTube live guy. But the bottom line, I'm not talking to both of y'all until you become the business owner's best friend. That is what's going to pay the bills, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you've got to learn how to get yourself inside of that business owner's office, past the gatekeeper, and all of that. And that is what we help you do. I have a lot of great help and experts inside of our group who are just sharing amazing content with everyone. And I get blown away today. For example, this morning I woke up to, hey, Lim, I'm so glad that you helped me do this. Now today, I've got this new client. They're paying me this. I'm going, are you kidding me? And this happens often. And I just smile. But the love of my life, she looks at me and she goes, so you didn't take out the trash last night? So I'm just telling you, I have big things in this community. I love it. But, you know, at home I have to be rounded here. But I just want to say this Video Alpha product is just not about learning how to, you know, rank videos through the HD Live. That helps because, you know, business owners don't like to see that Google emblem there on the side. They want to have something that looks, you know, fresh and original. And we've kind of helped that problem go away. And now, since we have the power of the ranking of the Google Live, which is why I also like Hangouts, we also give you the understanding of how to get to that business owner and make them write that checkbook for you. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they're not writing that checkbook. You're just doing. You keep buying these products, you know, you're just like, wow, I just spent like $1,000 on WSOs and whatever, you know, and I'm still broke. Been there, done that. I remember looking at my statement year of taxes, and I spent like almost $7,000 as WSOs. And I was like, okay, it's time to change. It's nuts. I know some of y'all out there. I'm not going to call you out. I can't see you, but I'm sure I'm pointing at you, whoever you are that's watching. You know who you are, and that's okay. But if you decide to, you know, join up with us, we're going to teach you how to get your money back, okay? We're going to teach you how to become the business owner's best friends. We have lots of consultants in the group. We have lots of 6 or 7 figure earners in there who are, I can't believe these guys share their stuff sometimes. So I'm like, are you serious? You just shared that with the group? You know, I also have a Saturday morning show called The Cup of Joe with Lim. Every Saturday morning, and it's early. I have to drink my coffee, and I interview experts in the industry. And they come on, and they tell us about how they got started, what they're doing. They give you little secrets, because I always make them give some secrets out, some nuggets for you. And it's awesome, you know. It's awesome. Now it's so popular, we have people calling me and emailing saying, hey, can I get on that Saturday morning Cup of Joe with you, Lim? And I'm like, brother, you have to, you're gonna have to take a number. It's booked now, But hey, that's my part of what's going on. I would love to have you guys in. It's the success stories. I know I've been there. We just celebrated Bill's 3-year anniversary. We celebrate someone else's anniversary. And it's just great. The things that we do in this group, it's awesome. Okay, Bill, go ahead. Tell me a bit more about what we're doing here.
But yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, guys. I mean, it's all about community, mentorship, and following people. I mean, like, look at Brandee. Brandee gives you a perfect example of how to do stuff. And if you follow her example, go through the course, do everything she said, guess what? You usually make money, or you usually do exactly what she's teaching you to do. And that's the whole thing. I think community is one of the biggest elements that a lot of times, people that just blast out products, not Brandee or not us, but that they miss is the community element. Like Lem said, is because if there's other people in it that are doing the exact same thing that you are, if you can learn from them, it's a huge helping of everything. And it just gets you that result a lot faster. That's really where it's at. But are you going to say something, Lem?
Yeah, I was going to say one thing that is really neat about our group is if there's always a question about the software or something had happened or they're not doing right, it's like they can send a support email, but they put it in the group and the question is answered almost instantly. It's like the most active group I've ever been a part of, and that is what I keep hearing from everyone who joins. They're like, this group is so active.
But it's true. I mean, because there's about 300 and I don't know how many people are at the group now, like 300 or something, and like he said, there's probably 80% of people that are in it are active, and Lem and I, we're a little bit different than most other product creators and everything else because we still have a lot of active clients, and we don't always get to the question the quickest, and sometimes a student will get to the question before we do. So, but yeah, so the basics of it is like we said, it goes over everything about YouTube Live. It goes over the community, the elements, the expert interviews, all of it, how to use the software. And then what we really go through is go through all the heavy white hat strategies. So there's a ton of white hat strategies that nobody really talks about because I don't know why. I mean, literally, we go through the process and show you how to rank videos better, how to do everything. So even if you say, you know what, I don't want to do Hangouts, I don't want to do YouTube Live, all I want to do is just upload videos. How do I do that the best? Well, I take you through all the video course as well. So everything that Lem and I have learned over the last couple years in video marketing is literally in here. So it's a full-fledged course on everything about video.
So okay, since Bill is bringing the white hat, I'm going to bring that black hat strategy for you just in case you need it. I had to do it. I just had to. I had to go there.
I know. Hey, remember, though, it's not really a black hat anymore. It's a wizard hat.
It's a wizard hat. There you go.
And literally, our course started out originally at 14 modules. Just to give you guys an example, this was a month ago. And literally what we've done in the meantime, we've added 4 more modules, so we're now up to 18. And we keep adding content because our whole thing is that, if we find something new that works, we're going to share it with you. So.
Okay, so most of the people that know me, sorry, I had myself muted again. You know I did, didn't you? I mute myself because I'm like laughing in the background, and I would take over the whole thing. So most of the people that know me know we talk a lot about Hangouts, and so so a lot of ours was like a lot of strategy, like how to sell your services on Hangouts, how to do Hangouts was like 90% strategy, 10% tool. Like here's the buttons that you need to push, and these are the way that you need to do things. Oh, that was one of the questions I did have for you.
Okay.
Is the Hangout toolbox in YouTube Live events? Like, can you do like custom overlays and things like that? No.
There is a way to do it. I haven't figured it out yet.
There is a way. I just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah,
that's a great answer.
We're still learning because there's constantly, like, we've had students figure out stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Because
my students are all ninja like that too. Yeah. Like they're the same thing. They're like, oh yeah, here they'll jump in and answer questions before I can even answer them. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still working on the overlay. I know there's a way to do it. We just haven't figured it out yet. So.
I had another question from Roger. He says, any ideas on min comp specs for instantaneous broadcast. Okay, so minimum computer specs for instantaneous broadcast.
Yeah, okay, so here's what you need. This is what we found, okay? The biggest thing, you need to have a newer computer. And this is what I'll define by that. If you have a Mac, most Macs are fine. You have to have 10.7 or higher. Is basically what it needs. Lem doesn't like Mac.
Really? You said that they need a Mac, really? I'm not a Mac user, but whatever.
I'll go through the PC part in a section. Let's start with the Mac here. So you need 10.7 or higher. You need a pretty decent graphics card. Like, give an example. Like, I'm on my Mac Air, guys, right now. I use the Mac Air for everything. It's not the most graphic-intensive computer, but it works perfectly for the software and everything. What's recommended is that the computer has a dedicated graphics card, and then also we'll switch over to the PC side. It only works on Windows 7 and Windows 8. It does not work on Vista or if you do have those two softwares, you have two options basically. Number one is you can upgrade to a new software, or number two, we've had some people try to do it on a VPS server where you can install the stuff on like a one that has Windows 7 or Windows 8 already on it. That's another option, but you may not get as good of a feed because you're going to have to stream through another computer. So. I think that's pretty much it. The same thing with the Windows. You want it to have a pretty good graphics card. I think it's 2.3 gigahertz or higher is what it needs to run. And they recommend a quad-core processor as well.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like doing Hangouts on Chromebooks. I'm like, how is that even possible? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how that's possible. Oh, Roger did ask if there are YouTube live events. Can you start them from mobile?
As of right now, no. What you have to do is it has to, well, actually, no. That's wrong. That's the wrong answer. Because if you have like any of the softwares where you can log into your home computer and start the event, you could do it that way. So you just have, yeah, it's a good point actually. I didn't even think about that. But yes, you could do that. The biggest thing though, you just have to have like LogMeIn or one of those softwares to be able to log in your home computer to turn it on first. So. Yeah,
I tell people like that too. Like, you know, even though they can do Hangouts on mobile, they don't always turn out so great. So I said the same thing. Like, have somebody at your house be on your computer or do a mobile login and have it set up, and then you can do a little bit of filming, but have some stationary, hardwired area that you're going to do your Hangouts in. All right, so let's go back to the course because what 18 modules you said now, so they can so they can expect to learn like how to do rankings even if they don't do live events or Hangouts. They just want to do video marketing. They have that. You teach them Wirecast, correct? So you simplified it and made it Brandee friendly.
It is, and that's like my whole
as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, everything should be as simple as possible. If it's not simple, then I'm probably not going to do it either. You know, that's just how it is. So, but I mean, really, what we do, like you said, we have the community is the biggest element of it. We have the blueprint. It basically, I'll just read some of it to you guys. We have a lot of underground marketers, like we talked about. It's a YouTube Live basic blueprint. So we guide you through the entire process of setting up an account, getting it set, everything. And then the total blueprint for SEO, for video SEO. So we guide you through the ranking strategy, how to do the extra backlinks, how to do social bookmarks, how to do everything, anything you can possibly imagine with video SEO. Then we take you through our advanced strategies that we've done for the last couple of years. We do all our killer white hat links that Google loves. We show you those. We go through call tracking. Some people don't know how to do call tracking, so we go through that. We go through lead generation methods on what we find works the best. We have an authority blueprint that we taught, so that way you can, if you're in a market, it's new, we teach you how to do authority. We have a little mini part on Hangouts training. It's not as good as Brandee's, but So we also go through affiliate marketing with YouTube Live, because there's some people that do affiliate marketing that really wanted to use YouTube Live, so you can use that now. We also do the live Hangout trainings, like Lem said, once a week. I know you're laughing because we do everything else on YouTube Live except for our little mini trainings, because it's like I said, it's easier right now, and you can have more than just 2 people in it. So, but we have the live Hangout trainings and everything else. The other thing that we also have, guys, is we did a bunch of webinars on prospecting, the Q&As, live walkthrough of how to set up the software, advanced lead generation, and then we now have a done-for-you outsourcing program for your videos. So if you actually don't want to do it, or you want us to do it for you, to put it through the YouTube Live process, and then you do the rankings, we do all that as well. We'll actually soon, within the next week or so here, we're actually going to be having a full outsourcing capability as well. So you'll actually be able to get, so if you say, hey, I want to rank for dentist in San Diego, then we'll actually do the whole ranking thing. We'll do the whole process for you, and you can outsource it 100%, and all you did was sell it. So.
Awesome. Okay, so, but the outsourcing is not a part of the course. So you're offering, right? Like, just to be clear, because when you covered all of that, I'm like, okay, people, the done for you is not a part of the course, correct? Yeah, because the course, and we've talked about this, and actually you're raising the price at the beginning of the month, is like astronomically low, because it includes the software too. Is that correct?
I mean, not the $545. You get the free version of it and everything, and if you decide you want to upgrade, then yeah. Absolutely, but that's the main thing, is it's a guide more than anything, and you get the guide and you get the community, which I think are the two biggest parts of the entire process anyway. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's everything that we've done over the last couple of years, and just because everybody constantly asks us, they're like, guys, how do you get all these videos to rank? I mean, 90% of my videos that I did 3 years ago still rank on page 1.
Wow.
And they're like, how do you guys do this?
Is it because you took it back through YouTube Live events, or is it because you're just a video marketing gangster?
Well, that's what we do. That's what we're, yeah. I mean, we've done the same methods for years. You know what I mean? And they're consistent. Google likes it, and we don't lose rankings. I mean, occasionally we'll have a video drop, just do some stuff to it, good to go. You know.
Right.
But I mean, that's it.
So YouTube, because there was a couple more questions. Like in YouTube Live events, can you still do external annotations and all of those type? Can you go back into YouTube Editor and do all the same stuff that you do to any YouTube video or Hangout? It's still essentially the same thing, correct?
Correct. You can edit any video like that. And actually, there's a really cool. I just learned about this in the YouTube Live events now with YouTube Live. You can actually do an in video. So if you have other videos on your channel and they're watching it, and let's say you're actually filming a live event right now, like you're doing something in that niche, at the end of the video, we'll actually pop up a thing that says, would you like to see the live one going on right now?
Oh, that's
so
gangster.
It's really, really cool. This is actually something that just came out today. I found out today. I'm super excited about it too, so it's one of those things. So
that is flipping gangster right there. Like that's the kind of stuff you want to talk about. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff that gets me all excited. That's why I invited everybody on this call so we could have this conversation, because I don't even know about this. We text and do stuff, here and there, and you're like, I've discovered something new. Wow, I've discovered something new. Like oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at it yet. That's why I wanted to share it with my audience, because I'm really excited about this. All the stuff that you guys are like me, like you break it down to the simplest form. That was the biggest thing with Hangouts. So we say they're really easy. They're not really easy, but now because we live and breathe them, it's like nothing to us. But to the average person, I don't know how many emergency text messages you get a day, but I get several. Like, oh my God, I can't get people in there. Oh my God, it's screwed up. Oh my God, where's the link at? Oh my God, how do you do this? So, we think it's easy because we live and breathe it, but the average person doesn't. And that's why I've been avoiding YouTube Live events, because Hangouts took me a while to make them easy. Now I think they're easy, but it took me. That's how I got a product out of it, because it wasn't that easy, and none of the Google help is easy, and none of the G+ experts, they intentionally make it not easy. You know what I mean? Like they're like, you know what I mean? So that's why I've been avoiding YouTube Live events. After everything I learned with Hangouts, I was like, forget live events. If Hangouts were this hard, what's live events going to be like? That's why I've been avoiding it all along. Okay, so to be clear for the audience, you get the 18 modules plus the community, and then you'll show them how to use the software. Again, I haven't even looked at this. I mean, of course, I trust you guys. I know enough from talking to you guys. That's why I just wanted to have this candid conversation and share this with everybody. It's like, hey, so there's an easier way to do this, and here's the advantages of doing that. Of course, still keep doing Hangouts. I mean, look, Bill and Lem still do Hangouts.
And that's the thing. Like even in our authority model and stuff. Like when guys come to us and say, hey, I want to make an impact really quick. How do I do it? And I'll tell them, look, here's your choice. It's going to take 20 minutes to do a YouTube live event. 20 minutes, okay? I can do a Hangout in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Just to be frank, you know what I mean? And I say, look, here's what we do. And I show them how I used to get customers all the time with Hangouts. But we still use Hangouts because there's certain purposes that it works a lot faster than doing it the other way. You know? But the YouTube Live part of it is mostly for, you know, the super good quality. If you have old videos you want to run through and you just want to build this like massive conglomerate of authority, it's a really good helper. So
that's a big thing. So yeah, because the biggest thing. So we didn't really talk about this a lot. So like, so I've heard ways. I was at a mastermind and some guy was talking about he was running all his old videos through Minicam, the eyeglasses Minicam. And he was talking about, like, you know, he made $200,000 in, you know, 3 weeks just running all these videos through Minicam. But I've never seen Minicam in a Hangout work that good. Like, that's been my, yeah, okay.
I mean, I've tried it, and I've heard other people tell me that same thing, too. They're like, oh, you got to use Minicam. It works all the time. I personally think it's a big hunk of junk.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, I've tried it. Doesn't ever work properly. It crashes. And stuff like that. And like you, I'm the same way. If something starts to agitate me and it's not easy, guess what? It's gone. See ya.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gone.
And that's
how I felt about that one too, because there's a lot of guys that say, well, use Minicam. And you know, my original answer that they told me when I was like, well, I want better quality, they're like, well, get a faster internet connection. So I did. I got a 100 meg connection. Guess what? Looked the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've never seen a video in a video run well on a Hangout, and that's why I advise all of my clients not to do that. I mean, you know, just embrace what Hangouts are. Hangouts are a great authority builder, right? You know, they're good for closing the empathy gap because you see us, we're all acting like, you know, the Three Stooges right now. You know what I mean? But that makes us relatable. You know, like we're not trying to be all, you know, Deepak Chopra or Oprah Winfrey right now. We're just having a conversation with you guys. You know, thank you all that you showed up for this. You know, then it's great for that. And then, so then for YouTube Live events, and on the free software, can you run video through that?
Everything.
And then how clunky would it be? Intros and outros, is that like kind of like screen share is in Hangouts? You know, you're like, I gotta go screen share, I gotta go find this, then I gotta put it up. You know what I mean? It's a little clunky sometimes. Is it clunky to find the intros and outros on YouTube Live?
No, not at all. It's so much. A screen share is so much simpler and easier on the YouTube Live process than it is on Hangouts. That it honestly, it frustrates me sometimes when I'm trying to do it on the Hangout because I'm like, why aren't you working? You know, like you keep clicking it and it keeps doing the same thing.
Or it does that step, like the steps, there's go, like, what is going on?
Come on, I want to do this. I'm on a live Hangout here. Come on. You know, so, but, yeah, I know it's much, much, much easier to do, and yeah. And then actually, if you guys want, I could show you an example. I don't know how well it's going to go through Hangouts. You can actually Google the word if you want to, but I can show you guys an example. This is the big case study that Lem and I did on this whole thing. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look through here, and I'm just going to scroll, this first one is a Hangout. The second one is a YouTube Live, and I believe the third one or the fourth one is a normal video. And these are all the same video, and it's just put in through the different platforms. You guys are welcome to Google the word. It's Physical Therapy Beverly Hills, and just click on the Videos tab right now. And you can see all the different versions that we've been testing.
Yeah.
And but if you go through here and you'll look, I won't do it right now because it doesn't look right, but if you look at the Hangout, look at the YouTube Live, and then look at the normal video and the YouTube Live look identical, and the Hangout looks like not as good. Not nearly as good. Well, I mean, like you said, I mean, it's not as good to put a video through it.
Oh, look, we lost Bill.
Well, no, I mean, it's only when like putting an actual video through it. If it was actually just, you know, you and me talking,
I'm teasing you, no worries.
Yeah. So.
I'm teasing you. All right, let me go back and see if there's any other questions. Let's see. Roger said, "Awesome, thanks." I think that's. Oh, you guys and girl are awesome. Thanks for doing this. We'll definitely send some people your way. Thank you, Roger. Thanks for being here.
Cool. Thanks.
Roger's awesome. If you don't know him, make sure that you comment and friend him. He's a super, super nice guy. He was did a hangout. He was one of those people that jumped on hangouts and really started rocking them really early on.
That's awesome.
And he's like, he's a tech god too, so he gets all the techie stuff, which is not my thing. Which is clearly not my thing. All right, so tell everybody. So we have a button below this video to get access. If you're like for the people that are watching and want to get. What's it called? Alpha Video? Sorry.
Yeah, Video Alpha.
Such a manly name. Such a such a WSO manly name. When I asked, I was like, "What's the name of the course?" And he was like, "Video." I was like, "You couldn't get any more, WSO-y kind of than like male-dominated stuff."
Yeah, I mean, we were looking for something that was, pretty cool and, just like
it's such a guy thing. That's like with Zane and G-Tron marketing. I'm like, who is your demographic? Gamers?
Yeah, if you guys scroll below, you'll click on the link, and right now, at the end of the month, like she said, I mean, we're bumping it up to $297. Right now, it's $197, so it's a good add-on for Brandee's course on top of everything, and give you the good YouTube Live foundation of everything that you need, and that's pretty much it. I mean, we kind of go through it, and yeah.
You're such a great salesperson there, Bill.
Hey, we don't try to put. That's our thing, What I mean? I just tell it. I tell people, hey, if you want to try it, great. If not, Lem and I are going to still rank videos and do stuff anyway. So.
Yeah, well, it's so funny. I want to put a button on my website that just says "Buy my shit." I don't want to get all salesy. I'm not doing any long form sales letters. I'm not doing any of that. Just you either want to buy it or you don't, and it's up to you if you want to build your business or you don't. I'm not here to pressure anybody into that.
That's my feeling too.
Yeah, but I mean seriously, guys, and I'm seriously taking this very serious. Of course, just like Bill said, I'm not going to take Hangouts out of my business at all. Clearly, being the Hangout queen, that's not going to go anywhere. But I really want to look at YouTube live events both. And the big thing that I really like about that is taking the old videos and being able to run through. Like that in and of itself is invaluable. And knowing these guys and knowing that they're very much like me and about making everything simple. The reason why we all fell into this, me into Hangouts, them into live events, is because no one makes this stuff simple. Everybody makes it really difficult to learn how to do this stuff, and they're not thinking from a marketing perspective. So when you look at Hangout Help, or you hire a G+ expert, or you look at YouTube live events, though they try, these are all tech people, and they talk in tech language. They're not talking in marketing language. And that's why we've been able to carve out our own niches, because we're marketers first, and then we figure out and simplify the tech, and then we share that information with people. And so that's the big thing to realize. So I mean, you definitely, yeah, obviously I'm getting the course, and it's, really, I'm going to add it into, because you can take those older videos, run them through live events. I would not, have the patience. As we all know, I'll throw my laptop over the balcony before I spend another 100 hours trying to figure out how to run another stupid software. So if somebody's willing to take it and break it down in the simplest form, and then the video SEO too. So they're talking about older videos, how you can get those back on top. So I mean, 197 is just a no-brainer. I mean, seriously. And I can't believe when you told me that's what you're selling it for. I was like, are you kidding me? Dude,
well,
yeah.
It was funny because everybody said, you guys are selling this for 197?
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, oh, I thought it was going to be 495.
Yeah.
We're like, well, you know what? We really wanted to over deliver, put a lot of stuff in it, and everything else, and yeah, and also too, I don't think I even said this, but we have a refund policy. It's 30 days, and and like I said before, if you don't like it for any reason, you don't like the shirt I have on, or like that I have a Mac computer, I talk funny in the video, or something like that, we don't really care. Just say, hey, you know what? Not for me.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's but use it. I mean, we have a lot of guys that have actually used it in the group, and they're making money with it, and that's the most important thing. So. Well,
I like the fact that you teach a lot, because there's a lot of black hat stuff going on right now around Hangouts. There's a lot of people that are doing some really shady stuff, and so they're looking at getting their account shut down. They're doing it through Hangouts, and you know what I mean. And you're just asking for it, So if you're taking your business seriously and you have your own authority channel, your own brand name out there. You don't want to take any channel. Look at all the Facebook pages that got shut down recently too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It sounds fun. It sounds great. Like I can make a quick buck overnight, or I could do this correctly, make some money, build some authority, and feel good about myself and be in integrity and do all of that. And like first page of Google, and do it the right way and play within Google's rules, because you do not want to get hit by Google. You know what I mean? That's a slap you want to avoid for sure. And YouTube. You don't want any kind of YouTube slap. You know what I mean?
No. And if you get the blacklist, you're done.
Yeah. Yes, no, that's why I love you guys' stuff for that reason. It's because it's like, all right, this is all legitimate stuff. Here's video SEO. We're taking or apply it to YouTube live events. You can take and apply what you learn from their course and apply it to Hangouts as well. I don't do extensive SEO in there. I just talk about it briefly, in my course. So if you're in my course, go ahead and go get YouTube live events so you can get the SEO value and apply both to both things and test them out. I mean, do both, because like Bill was saying, they're doing both. They're running old videos through YouTube live events, but they do Hangouts for their coaching calls, but they also do different things. Hangouts are quick and easy, but they've simply broken it down. So any parting words, you guys?
Well, guys, we would love to have you. It's going to be a ride, trust me. Every day you're going to see great inspirational posts from people who are actually taking action. And the bottom line, like I said before, if you're going to take action with this, do it and go make money with it, because we're going to give you the tools and we're going to help you get what you deserve. Everyone matters in our group. You matter too. I understand you might not be in our group, but everyone matters, and we want to try to emphasize that on every person that's in our group, because at the end of the day, we all have stress, we all have drama, but you've got to overcome all that and stay focused on your business. And with this YouTube live course that we provided with you, which is called Video Alpha, we're going to help you go overcome all your obstacles and get you going on the right track. So we hope to see all of you guys join up with us, and I'd like to thank Brandee.
Thank you
for having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. No, this has been a lot of fun. Bill, any parting words?
No, enjoy, guys.
No, no, that's pretty much it. No, that's all right. That's it. All right, before we say goodbye, Marlene Green asked how many hours of content. I'm guessing if she's wondering if there's a limitation on time. Like when you do a live event, if you were to run, how, I don't know what she necessarily means by that, but.
I don't remember. They just upped it. I think it's 4 or 6 hours.
The same as Hangouts. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think something like that. I don't remember. But I've never even hit that before. I mean,
and quite honestly, Marlene, there's no reason to ever go that long. You know what I mean? Like here's my parting words on that particular topic. Think about your average TV show. An hour TV show is really 44 minutes of content. A 30-minute TV show is really 17 minutes of content. So trying to do these big, huge marathon information things, like the fact that we went an hour, just shoot me for not practicing what I preach. You know what I mean? Like, thank you, viewers that have stuck around for the full hour. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that. There's no reason ever to go 4 hours or 6 hours, unless you're doing some kind of marathon and you're rotating people out. Not even that, I'm not sure. But thank you for the viewers that stuck around. If you want to learn more about Video Alpha, the button's right below that. If you're on my YouTube channel, there's a button there too as well. Thank you, Lem. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for making my afternoon so much fun. And we'll see you guys all later.
Cool. We'll see you. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.